Have you ever just stopped to think about this wild idea that the actions of one single person could actually stand in for everyone, for all of humanity? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today, this core Christian concept of Christ as the representative sacrifice. So let's just chew on that question for a second. What if one person could truly act for everyone? I mean, their actions, their choices, their ultimate fate became everyone's. That's the big idea we're going to unpack.
You see, when we look at the relationship between humanity and God as described in this devotional, there's this fundamental problem, and the solution wasn't some long, complicated process. Nope, it all centered on one single event, one necessary sacrifice. That's it. And right here, this passage from 2 Corinthians, it gives us two massive ideas to work with. First, you've got this act of reconciliation. And second, you got its direct result, God not counting people's sins against them.
So what do we even mean by reconciliation here? Well, think of it like this. It's about fixing a totally broken relationship. It's about restoring things, getting back on friendly terms, and closing that gap that separated God and humanity. And this leads to an incredible consequence. The result of this reconciliation is a total shift in how humanity is seen. It's like the slate is wiped completely clean. Sins just aren't on the books anymore. They're not being held against people.
Okay, so how in the world does this all happen? The entire thing hinges on a central figure, a key player, the representative. This is the person who acts on behalf of everyone else. And in this story, that person is Jesus. To really get this, we need to be clear on what a representative is. Think of a diplomat or an ambassador, someone who stands in for a whole group of people. And whatever they do, the consequences apply to everyone they represent. This verse from Isaiah really paints a vivid picture of how this works. It starts by saying humanity has gone astray, kind of like lost sheep. And then, bam! It says the iniquity of us all was placed on this one representative figure.
And let's just pause on that word right there, all. That is so important. This isn't for a specific club or a select few. The scope here is huge, it's universal. It's the wrongdoing of all people placed on this one person.
So if one person is representing everybody, what does that shared experience even look like? Well, the text breaks it down into this incredible three-part journey. A journey where all of humanity is symbolically right there with him, every single step of the way. So the journey goes like this. First, there's a representative death. When Jesus died, he was acting for all humanity. So, in a sense, humanity died with him. Same thing with his burial. And then, the most crucial part, his resurrection. His journey becomes a shared journey for everyone he represents.
So after this whole representative journey, the death, the burial, the resurrection, what's the final outcome? Well, it all leads to this profound legal and spiritual result, and it's all wrapped up in one powerful word: justified.
And here, this passage from the book of Acts just connects all the dots for us. It says that through this representative, forgiveness is announced. And then it says that everyone who believes is justified from all things. And right there, it sets up this really powerful contrast. And look at this comparison. It's night and day. Under the previous system, the law of Moses, you just couldn't be completely justified. But through belief in this representative, you are justified from all things. It's a total, complete game changer.
So what are we really talking about when we say justified? It's almost like a legal declaration. It means being declared righteous in God's eyes. It's more than just being forgiven. It's about being totally freed from the guilt and the penalty of sin.
But here's the thing. This new status of being justified, that's not the end of the story. It's actually the starting point for a brand new purpose. And this is what's called the ministry of reconciliation. So let's just recap what this new status looks like. You're justified from everything. You're made righteous. You've received forgiveness of sins. You're free from guilt. And you're free from condemnation. I mean, that is the ultimate outcome of this representative sacrifice.
And after all the theology, all the explanation, it all boils down to this incredibly powerful personal statement: I'm free from sin, guilt, and condemnation. Hallelujah. That's the personal impact of this whole representative journey.
So we'll end here. The idea that one person can act for everyone is, well, it's a profound one. And it leaves us with a really big question to think about. How does a concept like a representative change the way we think about our normal ideas of individual justice and responsibility? Something to chew on.